welcome to day 2 of our adventure. We are headed, we're not really sure where we're headed. I think the famous bridge, and I think we're coming up to a square, but join us for today's adventures. So we're finding that the roads here are really narrow and you have to jump up on the sidewalk as the trucks go by. We've been running into some really cute shops. Off the beaten path is where you're gonna find the best prices because I collect magnets and these magnets are only €2, so I'm gonna grab one. Really lucky and I stopped someone. This parade does not happen doesn't happen often, only once a year, and every different neighborhood in Florence has its own parade, so we just happened to come by it by accident, so it's really cool. If you notice, are dressed I think the 15th century. So this is the famous bridge here in Florence called Ponte Vecchio, built in 1345. It is definitely the oldest bridge in Florence. Not sure if it's the oldest bridge in Italy. I'll have to look that up. But we walked over it and you can see right here, there's people standing there. We were just there I took a still photo shooting the opposite direction, but all up along in here are all shops of jewelry shops. So there you go. Now this is one of the museums, Uffizi, that we're not going to right now. We're going to go to the one that has Michelangelo in it later, but everything here is just absolutely gorgeous. The architecture, all of it. So we are now at what is supposed to be one of the most famous sandwich shops here in Florence. And we got the Italiana, which has got prosciutto and mozzarella cheese, I believe basil, and they're supposed to be huge, so that's what we're gonna try next. Wow, that is huge. We're gonna split this one because it's huge. Wow. All right, this is your first reaction to the sandwich.
This is definitely top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3.
Being what was number 1?
When we were in Key West and had the smoked salmon with brie on a baguette.
Right, that is your favorite sandwich.
That was my favorite sandwich ever.
What's number 2?
Maybe it.
All right. So I'm eating around the prosciutto, not really my thing. This bread, Evan said he just saw it come out of the oven before we ate it. I'm getting the buffalo mozzarella is fresh, basil, the tomatoes. Wow, so good. This is the famous Dolma, built by the Medici family in 1436, March 25th. It reminds me, as far as like expansiveness, of the Church of La Familia in Barcelona. So we have decided to stop here to have some coffee and some tiramisu right across from the Dolma. Everything has been so easy to find here so far. I didn't expect the city to be, I want to say small. I'm sure it's not a small city, but by Tampa standards, you'd have to drive to get anywhere. And it's been nice to just walk everywhere. We walked about 2 miles, but everything is right where we want it to be. All right, I got a cappuccino, which is big here, and this is a cafe latte. There she is, homemade tiramisu. Oh my gosh. Now normally we wouldn't eat dessert at noon, but we're all whacked out as far as time goes. So, all right, this looks so good. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. It's spectacular. Everything here is going to be spectacular. I already know that, but eating our way through Italy is basically what we're doing. So we are on the line for a tour for the Galleria Accademia, where we're going to see David, Michelangelo's David, and that's what we're wearing these radios for, so we can hear our tour guide. Now, we are still waiting in line for our 3 o'clock slot, but if we did not have this tour, we would be waiting even a longer line. So it looks like the best way to go is to book your tour before you get here. This is the entrance to the Galleria Accademia, and you see some religious paintings when you come in there, and then the long hallway to see the Michelangelo's David. This is a bust of actual Michelangelo. He lived to 89 years old, which is really old in those days. So more paintings, mostly all religious figures. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get dinged for showing David, so I'm not gonna show you a lot of him. There's a lot of other sculptures there. Look at the little toe here. It's damaged, the only damaged part of it. There were also a lot of other great sculptures by other artists in another room, and it was just a really great experience overall. We were there mostly to see the David statue, but recommend. So when we go to a foreign country, we like to go to McDonald's just to see what they have. We don't necessarily eat there, but look at this one. This is a Parmesan Reggiano with pear sauce. Guessing that's a burger. We definitely do not have that in the US. And the one next to it is got Tuscan pecorino with ouzo sauce, or yuzu sauce. And this is a market area where they sell pretty much everything. Hats and t-shirts and purses. Welcome to dinner. Now, dinner places don't open up until about 7 o'clock at night here in Italy. In some cases, maybe a little bit earlier. And we believe that some of the places around the big squares where all the main attractions are might stay open a little bit longer or not close, just because there's so many people down there. We're staying away from that area. And so we just got here and we're waiting for them to open. But our waiter came over and gave us a welcome glass of cava, which is actually really good here. Sometimes cava can be a little too bitter for me. It's not as dry as a Brut, but it's not as sweet as Prosecco. So this is an Italian restaurant, and we're gonna have dinner here. And yeah, hopefully it's great. I haven't had pasta yet, so I think that's what I'm gonna get tonight. Okay, first off, they gave us a little basket of bread. Now, different than last night, we do have olive oil on the table. So I put a little olive oil on here, and then they asked if we wanted some Parmigiano cheese that they have already grated fresh. This is not Kraft. This is a big deal. And holy mackerel, it's great. And then the owner came over and gave us these little sandwiches to try. And it looks like it definitely has, is this buffalo mozzarella? Basil. The bread's fresh. It's so good. Tonight's wine selection is actually called a Chianti, but from the Sangiovese region. I love the grapes from this region. Another winner. Okay, I wanted pasta, and so I'm going to try it. And Evan got lamb chops with potatoes. Okay, this pasta is handmade and has the cheese on it. Oh my gosh, it's so different. First of all, it tastes amazing. But the pasta itself is not mushy. In the United States, when I've ever gotten pasta, it's not al dente, ever. This is really good. I don't think there's ever gonna be a bad thing that we get here, I really don't. All right, I'm not a big lamb fan, but it does kind of smell pretty decent for lamb, all right?
Very good.
Yeah? He likes it. All right, winner, winner. We're ending the evening with, this is not real Maritoso. That's actually in Rome, and they use penna, which is more of a soft cheese. This has got cream in it, so the girl said she likes these better, so we're gonna try this. And of course, the gelato, I already had it. This is the stracciatella. It's got basically vanilla with chocolate chips in it. Did you taste it? Do you like it? Yeah, it's really good. Gelato. All right, I don't know how I even to begin tasting this. Oh, the cream. Basically, this looks like a croissant with this cream in it. and it's not ridiculously sweet. It's like a whipped cream. All right, well, this is going to end today's vlog. We had a full day, did a lot of walking. We walked 4.5 miles today, actually not counting coming back out to the area near where we're at, but so good, so full. It's only 8 o'clock at night and we are ready to crash. So on that note, thank you for tuning into the Wonderful World of Wendy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Give me a big thumbs up and I'll see you on my next adventure. Okay, don't forget to subscribe.